everybody! Welcome to a new edition of the Dinner Plus Drinks podcast. Now with Bridget's laptop safely back home, returned to her, near and dear to her heart, never to be parted again.
I'm never going to send this away to Apple to be fixed again, I'll tell you that.
Apple.
I am not going to rant as long as I originally intended to in the beginning of this
There's
podcast.
like 2 pages of notes of
He's
ranting.
lying. It just says Apple. Grr.
Grr.
I am an Apple product person. I love their products for so many reasons. Mostly, they all talk to each other. The line of work I do makes sense that I have an Apple product.
And what is that line of work, Bridget?
Who knows? I deal with a lot of graphics and things of that nature.
I deal with people. I deal with people, and I tell people what they should think.
There's dust on here. Do you think it's from the repair team
Probably.
that did nothing? Anyway, I upgraded as Apple makes you do. I upgraded to their latest iOS. And when I did that, it said like, your battery needs some help, whatever. I'm like, I'm going to do the responsible thing and actually take care of that instead of like ignore the warning, whatever. So I go to the store. I didn't even go like, I thought about going to a third party place. I went to the Apple store in Mayfair. So like had to take time out of a day to drive an hour there. I did that. It was weird. Long story short, they had to ship it out to get the battery fixed, thought it was going to be back within 3 to 5 days, but instead they found a new problem that needed to be fixed for the bargain price of $578. Name you, this computer is a 2015, so it's perfectly functional. Like, it's just the battery dies faster than I would like for it to because it's 6 years old. So they said, there's a, what did they call it? It's
a logic board.
Main logic board. And so like, that sounds important. I'll pay the $600, except I'm smarter than that. So I didn't. And I spent hours.
Well, it is important, but
it's important, but I was
you can get by without it.
It's weird.
If you don't have one, you don't have a computer.
Well, all it says is there's a main logic board error, which like when I sent my computer in, it was functioning completely fine. It just was a battery. So I paid the $200 for the battery. That's a responsible adult decision.
I agree.
Anyway, all that was wrong is the SD card reader on the side of my computer isn't working, which it hasn't been working for about 3 years. I don't care. I have a USB card reader that cost me like $25. So I declined the fix. And then they said, if you're declining fixing the SD card reader, we will not fix the battery either. We won't fix partial things. We'll only fix it all. So anyway, I'm sure there's a reason for that. And I'm sure some people like that, but it makes me really mad.
But you forgot the bright silver shiny lining to going to Mayfair.
I did.
Did
I stopped at Goodwill?
Yeah.
I was like, what are we talking about?
You got a bonus Goodwill trip out of it.
That Goodwill in Tosa, if you guys are listening in Wisconsin.
I don't know if you should be telling people about this.
I did tell people about this when I lived in Milwaukee, that the Goodwill on 124th and Capitol, it's actually on a street called Furick Street, is my favorite Goodwill.
That is so hood. I had to drive by that every day.
That is not hood.
When I lived in Milwaukee.
124th and Capitol is not hood.
That is.
It sounds hood.
By the Walmart?
No, it's next door to a Target. I don't even know where a Walmart is around there. Okay. Anyway, guys.
Oh, different one. We're thinking of different Goodwills.
124th and Capitol does sound hood,
yeah,
but
we're
it's
thinking
like just up the road from the REI.
Yep, I know where that one is. Yep.
So anyway, this was like a really calm rendition of my hatred for Apple. It's a love-hate relationship because I still have their products.
All good relationships are. I mean, right?
Yeah,
strong love, strong hate.
But I did have some choice words for everyone that would listen for the last couple of days. But I got my computer back yesterday, just in the nick of time before it started pouring rain as they left it on my front porch. So here we are. I have it back.
How was your Easter?
My Easter was
so magical?
Great. So today,
was it hoppy? I'm gonna have
you know what?
some wine.
You're doing a lot of hoppy jokes, I feel like, this year, and that's usually something I would do.
Well, because I'm just hopping into the new month.
I will say.
Wait, is that not something everybody does?
Today it's pouring rain and gloomy, and it's my favorite weather. It was the opposite on Easter. It was so nice out.
It was so nice. It was perfect for all the egg hunts. We did a great job. Simona did. She was very good. She didn't want to hold the basket and pick up the eggs, but she was happy to have me hold her basket, run, get an egg, put it in.
Yeah, bitch. Carry my basket.
So,
I
feel like she has the bitch, do this bitch work for me thing down pretty strongly.
I am confident that Lucy is teaching Simona all of the bad things she knows, and all of her other friends are teaching her nice things, but Lucy's teaching her the bad things. You're welcome.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was an Easter miracle. All of the
Jesus
kids,
rising from the grave?
that too. But more importantly, Shannon's 2 kids and Lucy all napped like at the same time for a good chunk of time.
That's amazing.
And then so we gave Elliot quiet time like to watch the iPad for a while, and it was a freaking dream. We like sat outside, got a little sunburn. It's gone now because, sunburns
You
in
did
April.
look a little tan.
Well, yeah, it's because I'm wearing orange. Me and my mom and Shannon just got to talk. The boys all watched golf and fell asleep like they do on any good holiday. Yeah,
Nice.
It was really awesome. So it was a good Easter.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, but,
Your food spread looked awesome.
my mom really killed it, actually. She did a really good, like, nostalgic, we walked in and it just felt like home. It was really awesome. She made some great things. We had deviled eggs. She did little bunny cupcakes, like made them herself, made cupcakes like Easter eggs. We had tons of bacon and sausage. She was really impressed by the amount of bacon we ate. Egg bakes, fruit, whatever. It was fun. And then this weekend, it's my brother-in-law's birthday. So
which brother-in-law?
celebrations. It's Michael's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Michael.
So lots to do.
Lots to do. I
All
hope you're not
outdoor.
opening up pools. I hope it rains so you can,
So you can celebrate your birthday. So you can enjoy your birthday and not open other people's pools.
Well, given the rainy weather, I thought a glass of rosé would be delicious.
With raindrops on the label.
Yeah, with raindrops, summer water. It's not quite summer, but it's spring. A little refreshing rosé. Welcome spring. We released our pinkies up earlier this week as you're listening, doing the math of when.
Hard.
Not very good at that, but it was what wine to drink on a rainy day.
Yeah.
There were some suggestions there, and this is maybe another wine you could drink on a rainy day because it's all about water and,
Is this what you call a moist wine?
I would call this a moist
wet
wine.
wine?
I would call this moist for sure.
I would call this moist. Yeah, that one was fun because what do you talk about in April? We're like, Easter was really early this year. Mother's Day's in May. So we're like, it rains a lot in April. And like today's a perfect day. It's 60 or something.
60. Yep.
So it's like a little chilly, not hot, but it's raining. It'd be fun to just like sit on the porch and have a glass of wine.
If you didn't listen, we'll give you the executive summary. You can either lean into the rain or try and drag yourself out of the rainy mood. Shockingly, Bridget chose to try and drag herself out of the rainy mood with the wine. I couldn't believe it, given it's your favorite weather.
It was a surprising turn of events.
So you're going to have to listen to see her thoughts on all of it and
it was
get
a weird
the
one.
recommendations.
Yeah, you guys should. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was weird.
It was weird.
If you know me at all, you're going to be very surprised.
And that's a good one to watch on YouTube, too, because there's a great montage of me sped up, moving like a fast bunny rabbit, hopping around for wine.
Yeah, you should.
It's good on the listening. Definitely listen if you're not a YouTuber type of person. But if you can have the YouTube, just check out a little bit of Nick. It's in the beginning, so you can, shake my tail feather.
If you don't want to see Nick's tail feather.
I guess you can fast forward through it, too.
This is refreshing.
Yeah, summer water. It's
bright.
nice. It's good. I like it.
It's good.
It's from the south of France.
This is one of those wines that's like too easy to drink, so...
I don't think there's that much alcohol in it. Yeah, it's 12.5% alcohol. So just,
Just drink it, Bridget.
Yeah.
Shut up and suck it up.
Anyway, that's what we got today.
Okay, man, great. As usual, as we talk about the best things we ate, I've chosen a dessert because I don't eat real food.
Desserts are delicious. What's wrong with choosing a dessert?
Every time I'm doing this, I'm like, can I choose a side dish? Or
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about an entree.
I would like to talk about the French fries I had from Five Guys. They were great.
Ooh, I haven't been to a Five Guys in a long time.
Neither have I. I just made that up.
Actually, my in-laws got sick at a Five Guys, and I've never since been back. I can't shake it. Okay, so I don't know if we've talked about my love for French macarons on here, but I love them.
We have. You do love them.
I do. They're delicious.
They are delicious.
I especially love things that like I can never recreate. I've tried once.
Those
to make
are so hard to do.
Yeah, and
an almond flour is so expensive.
Does it have to be made with almond flour? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dummy. Okay, well, anyway, this is why I'm not making them, and I will gladly pay for them. So Simple does I don't know, they periodically have them. So Simple Bakery and Market, which we have talked about in town here, they have one right now that is, oh my God, I'm going to mess it up. Lemon, honey, lavender or something with, no, there's no lavender. Lemon honey with toasted marshmallow. That's the filling. It's toasted marshmallow and there's lemon curd.
Sounds like
inside
a
of
Peep.
It is so much better than a Peep. Don't ever put it on the same. It is so good, you guys. I'm going to post a picture because it was that delicious and you should go get them before I get them all.
So just reading from Wikipedia, a macaron, or French macaron, is a sweet meringue-based confection made with egg white, icing sugar, granulated sugar, almond meal, and food coloring.
Okay, fine. I'm not making that myself, you guys.
So I have some people that have decided to be gluten-free in my life now. That's not fair. One of them is, the other two, I don't know. They all claim there's something. But
everyone's got a thing,
they've
right?
decided to be. So I'm like, I don't know. I use flour as a thickening agent a lot. Maybe I'll get some almond flour. There's actually some things like some breading that people think almond flour works better. So like, I don't know. I go to the store. It's like $12 for a tiny bag of it. After that, I don't care about your gluten-free lifestyle that much.
I mean,
Eat some flour. It's good for you.
I don't know. I have some weird flours in my pantry. I don't know why. I'm sure one recipe called for it, and I listen to recipes exactly as
you do.
they are. Yes, I need an exact recipe. So I ate dessert as usual. What do you eat?
So this is kind of a funny story. On Monday, tomorrow, if you listen to this on release day, it's National Grilled Cheese Day. Woo woo!
Whoop, whoop.
And I got some text in the middle of a weekday from Bridget. Hey, National Grilled Cheese Day is coming up. Got any good recipes? Could you retake some photographs?
We needed some pictures.
I'm like, yeah, sure. I can do that. So, of course, we wanted to put a little meaty spin on them. And I made a barbecue pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich that was freaking licious.
Freaking licious.
So I assembled a sandwich. I started at Simple Bakery with a loaf of country white. We all love sourdoughs, not necessarily the best for grilled cheese. This cheese can ooze out, doesn't always toast it most easily.
Oh.
White bread is, I think, faboo for grilled cheese because it
White
toasts
bread is
up
superior.
so well.
Interesting.
Then we had some Ron cheese Gouda, shredded that. I learned this from Ron. I like to shred cheese for grilled cheese. It melts more evenly and creates a little bit more kind of pull. You can do more cheese on it because it more surface area, so it melts more easily.
Do you know what I learned from Ron about grilled cheese? Am I
Jam.
jumping the gun? The first time we really hung out with them, we had a grilled cheese night, and I always butter my bread. They use mayo.
A lot of people use mayo because it spreads more easily.
Oh, did you use mayo or butter?
I did not. I melted the butter and used it that way, so it spreads very easily.
I just keep my butter at room temperature.
I just put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and brushed it on.
Hey, what do you do with your butter, people?
Then I had some smoked pulled pork left over. Everybody's going to have pulled pork. If you make pulled pork, you're going to have leftovers.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to use it up as like a sandwich instead of just the same thing. Sprinkled that on. A little bit of red onion. I know I lost you there, but you can skip that. Smear of barbecue sauce.
Oh.
Grill that up. Oh, it was
That
so
sounds
good.
like the perfect lunch for today.
It was so good.
Now we could fall asleep at 3 o'clock.
Especially with that red onion. Had some pickles on the side, some salt and vinegar
Chippies?
chips, kettle chips.
Chippies?
Yep, kettle chips.
I would
That's
just
what you
put
call them.
pickle on, then get rid of the onion.
There you go. You could do that too.
Yum.
So that was very good. It was just like, I totally did not expect it. I didn't have it planned. I usually have my meals planned in advance. But
Root for a loop.
Agent Chaos over here.
Excuse me. I texted him on a Tuesday. Maybe it was Wednesday. I was like, could you just get this done before Monday sometime? And he's like, yeah, in an hour I had it. So come on.
Well, so it was delicious.
So coming soon to a meal plan towards you. Towards
barbecue,
you?
pulled pork.
Whatever,
grilled
you guys.
cheese.
It's been a weird time.
I keep wanting to say barbecue grilled pork mac and cheese because I have mac and cheese on the mind still because of the
Mac and
April
cheese
Fool's
brat?
Day mac and cheese brat. But
Oh, man, those are so good. In case you haven't heard. Okay, so that's what we ate. We ate some weird things. Actually, not weird at all. These are completely normal things.
anyway.
There's lots going on in the news. Just kidding. There's nothing exciting really going on.
Oh, have you seen mine though? Pull mine up. Okay.
Okay, you want to go first?
Yeah, I want to
Okay,
go first.
Go ahead.
Look at this.
Oh.
So, this is from the BBC News.
Weird.
Egypt mummies pass through Cairo in ancient ruler's parade. So,
Okay.
watch the video.
Well, okay, man.
I'll describe it to the people listening. I think you'll think this is cool. So, they're opening a new museum in Cairo called the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, and they had to move all the mummies from the old place, the Egyptian museum that maybe you saw in the Mummy movie, that museum. They had to move them there to the new place, which is about 3 miles away. And these are obviously priceless. They're antiques. They could fall apart. So they did a multi-million-dollar parade complete with special cars that had all these special shock absorbers.
Yeah.
They lighted the lights. They had people dressed up as ancient Egyptians doing kind of the ceremonies, rituals you would do when the pharaohs they had 18 kings and 4 queens, 22 mummies. They did all the ceremonies to kind of honor them as they would have been honored.
Whoa.
And moved everything. It's super cool. Some people are pissed because
They spent so much money.
but I think it's really cool.
They repaved the road for this event.
Well, the roads probably need to be repaved anyway.
Hey guys, sorry that your car shocks and tires are getting constantly ruined in this road, but like we'll just repave it if we move some mummies.
Well, think about the tourism revenue that the mummies bring to Egypt.
I hope so.
Oh, they do.
I know, that's true.
I am super. I really
cool.
want to go to Egypt. And I've always wanted to go to this museum. Hopefully one day I can. I'm scared I'd get like kidnapped.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like. Definitely, I've been told as a woman not to go alone. I would imagine as an American, period.
But it's really cool.
This is cool.
There's like some longer clips on YouTube of this whole thing. The pictures are stunning. I'd really recommend checking it out.
Wait, does it say in here how much money they spent? Just
It was
lots of millions?
Multi-millions.
That's all I can think. Like, it's very cool, but it looks like a movie. I mean, I can't believe how much money
It does look like a movie.
doing this. Okay, this is cool.
They've also had this plan for like 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
museum's taken forever to build.
I guess I'd hope that they're saved up their pennies.
I
then.
also too. There's a lot of like private-public partnerships with the whole thing.
Better not be taxing their people for this.
So yeah, and also it probably was kind of a cool thing. Like,
But there's no spectators.
the good thing is none of the mummies blocked the Suez Canal. Like,
Dude, should have saved that for your dad joke.
best ever given. Anyway,
Well, Nick is sharing his worldly news. I'm here
that's
to
so
share.
cool.
I'm here to share more good news. I feel like every week I should share something that's a little more, educated. But instead, I like to share the things that are like, oh, there are good people in humanity. I'm really worried about our youth growing up.
I am too.
I'm just.
This is about William
This is gonna make me
Cannabis.
sound old. About what? Okay,
Oh,
stand by.
Cabinus. It looks like his name looks like cannabis.
Oh, it does, but it's not.
Okay, I was very confused.
So I think during the pandemic, a lot of people, started sourdough bread starters and things. There's lots of jokes about people and what they started cooking and whatever. Well, this child, he's 15 years old,
William Cabinus. You can see why I thought it was William Cannabis.
Cabinus. He took up baking as a hobby to start passing his time. So first of all, good on you, man, for doing this. And he started making vanilla, like his own vanilla, which is awesome because that's an interesting, like, if you're taking up baking and you're 15, I guess I'd think you're like making cupcakes for your friends. But instead he started making and selling his own vanilla extract, and he raised $100,000. He's from Tennessee, and he donated the money to Tennessee Food Bank. So simple story, but I love hearing, I think we've talked on here about the Happy newspaper. Like, there's lots of bad, stressful things still happening all the time. So instead of sharing that, I'm sharing about this kid who, like, I hope will, I don't know, influence the rest of our youthful society to not be terrible human beings. So this kid is adorable. He has a little, his like business. I don't know. I don't want to call it a business because, well, it is. It's a business.
It's a business.
Called Vanilla Feeds Tomorrow. Every purchase fights hunger. So he's using real vanilla bean. You can see it in the picture. He said it just kind of became his thing. He didn't go in doing that. He was baking and he wanted to improve the recipes instead of using like store-bought vanilla. So he started making his own. So he's like, he started adding vanilla extract into his brownies, which sounds delish. I was really like impressed when Tyler started adding vanilla into our pancake mix.
That sounds
Which
good.
I realize is a thing I guess people do. But anyway, so apparently it's gone over very well, and whatever, that was it. He said it kind of just hit him that he could make his own vanilla, sold it, and here we are. So I should check out, let's see, I wonder if I can go on Vanilla Feeds tomorrow and buy some vanilla. Sure can. So check out vanillafeedstomorrow.com and get some vanilla. Support local hunger efforts.
That actually reminds me of something else I saw in the news.
Oh, yeah?
Vanilla Ice started a business teaching Microsoft Office to older people. It's called Word to Your Mother.
Dude, that's a great business name.
We're going to take a break right now. Bye.
Bye. All right, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
So, you guys, we just had Easter, okay? and I'm here to talk to you about something very important for my product recommendation. We were at our neighbor's house, and we were at one neighbor's house, and another neighbor came over. We were having a glass of wine on the patio, and we were talking about Easter because it was before Easter. And my one neighbor was like, oh my God, you guys, I did this jelly bean like taste off with my coworkers, whatever. And we're like, yeah, okay, like jelly beans are jelly beans, you know. I've always been a Starburst jelly bean fan. And she was like, no, I have the best one. And she went home to get it. And I was like, oh, we're like actually wrapping up our night. Don't worry, we have to get home, whatever. And she's like, no, I'll be right back. She like jogged over, came back with Nerds jelly beans. Have you ever heard of these?
I have not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have because you told me about them like
Did I tell you?
2 seconds after Jamie brought them over.
So Jamie, thank you for the recommendation, first of all. So when you look them up, they're called Nerds Bumpy Jelly Beans, which sounds freaking disgusting. And so I know there's like a lot of people rave about these Nerds ropes and stuff, and I don't eat any of those. I don't really care about Nerds. I think they're fine. So I was like, okay, these jelly beans will be fine. But let me tell you, they have quickly skyrocketed to my number one jelly bean. They are bumpy on the outside, which is super weird, but it's like a hard candy, thick like candy shell with then a whole jelly bean on the inside. So not only is the jelly bean super flavorful in my opinion, but the outside is like, it's a great ratio of crunchy exterior to gelatinous interior. So anyway, Nerds jelly beans. And Jamie gave us the pro tip, thanks Jamie, that you can buy these year round. They just take off bumpy jelly beans and they're just called like, I don't know what they're called. Nerds. Wow, I don't know what they're called. I can't find them because I have no idea what they are. But you can buy them year round. They're just not called Nerds jelly beans. And they're just like this jelly bean shaped candy with like, it looks like it has like warts on the outside. It looks so disgusting, but they're delicious.
Sounds good to me.
I promise you. We're going to have Jamie on next Easter to give us all of the rankings about the best jelly beans. But for now, get yourself some Nerds jelly beans.
Mine, Franklin Barbecue Cookbook. It's barbecue season. I was working on a few photographs. I was working on a few recipes, hopefully getting a little bit more outdoor kitchen space, thinking about a few different things. And Aaron Franklin, who wrote this, owner, proprietor of chef of Franklin Barbecue, is the first person in the world to win a Beard Award for cooking barbecue, which when you think of how many barbecue restaurants are in America, that no one... And the Beard Awards are pretty equitable compared to Michelin stars, for instance. That no one until him in like 2015 won a Beard Award for barbecue is pretty outstanding. Also sad. But he's got really good tips in this book. If you like grilling, if you like smoking, barbecuing, whatever you want to call it, he writes in a really relatable, easy to follow way. I love the book. I use it often. A lot of the things he does are things that I put together from like 5 years of failure, which he put together from 5 years of failure too, and a lot of different sources. I wish I would just read his damn book from the beginning because it's that good.
To save some time.
But yeah, if you are looking for a Father's Day gift coming up, a late Easter gift, hey, please stop making crappy brisket gift for someone. We all have a neighbor that loves to grill or barbecue and makes a big brisket and says, hey, you want to have some? And you're like, no, it's kind of dry and not that good. This might be a thoughtful gift to thank them for their next brisket.
This is a passive-aggressive gift if you want to give it.
I really appreciate this. I know you like it. Here you go. I thought you might enjoy reading this book. Aaron Franklin, Beard Award winner. So I have this. We usually have it in the bookshelf behind me as we film. /record, but I pulled it up to look at some stuff and I was just like, man, I think I maybe recommended this before, but I should again. You can get it at the public library in Lake Geneva if you want to rent it. You're going to want to own it because you're going to go back and forth to it. So check out the link to buy it on Amazon. If you buy it using our link, we get a little extra ka-ching that helps us, pay for things like microphones and stuff. So we do appreciate it.
And in breaking news, if you want to buy the Nerds jelly beans year round, they're just called Big Chewy Nerds. So Big Chewy Nerds will link to both the jelly beans and the Big Chewy Nerds.
And with that, we're going to take a break again.
All right. Hey, Nick, we're back.
We're back. All right,
back.
Everybody. We have said, we're going to rotate through some ideas where interesting questions typically goes. And we have a new one that we've done before a little bit sometimes, but this one we're going to rotate in and out. We both were excited about some things we've been listening to, so it's time for podcast recommendations. once.
This is why you need to
Yep,
intro
that's why I need to
segment.
do it. So we're going to do some podcast recs. I have one I'm going to go with first that I've been listening to some of the episodes. Actually, for a long time, never really talked about it. Kind of a lurker. Films in black and white. It's not about black and white films. It's some people I went to college with know they do a film review podcast. Marcus, one of the hosts, is black. Doug and Brian, the other two, are white. So it's kind of a joke about that a little bit. And they're different perspectives. That's why they named it that way. It's not about...
why are we acknowledging that?
It's not about old films. That's why it's called Films in Black and White. But their overview is Welcome to Films in Black and White, the weekly podcast that provides a hilarious take on news and reviews from the world of movies, comics, and pop culture. So there's a lot of pop culture podcasts out there. A lot of them do daily, if that's something you like. But if you're kind of more of how we do like food and wine and happenings for normal people that aren't like influencers, if you like this podcast and you want to do some stuff about film and pop culture and you're kind of a nerd, check out Films in Black and White. They do a really great job. They do new films, old films, comics, all sorts of stuff.
To be a nerd?
It helps if you're a little bit of a nerd. Okay. You don't have to be like a super nerd, but if you're into nerdy things, perhaps, maybe if you have a laptop that has a D20 on it, you might be into it. But they do a really great job. And they have, for instance, a snacks that go with anything. They have snacks guides on their website, filmsinblackandwhite.com. So check them out if you like films, pop culture, nerdy things. They do a really great job. They have a Patreon if you want to support them. So they do some really cool content for that. They are rocketing up the listenership stuff. So get it out on the
I'm in on this snack episode.
ground floor.
Kind of want to listen to that.
Yeah. So, good work, Marcus and Doug and Brian.
I like that. And I definitely thought it was about black and white films, and you lost me immediately. So I'm glad you corrected that.
Yes, that's... I'm not trying to point out that they're friends that are different. Yeah, but it's,
Huh. Okay.
So they do a good job. I really recommend that one.
Yeah, this segment we will bring back every couple weeks because I'm thinking if you're listening, it's because you're a regular podcast listener, and I am a podcast binger. So I find one and listen to all of them from the beginning. And then if I catch up, I find a new one because it's kind of like my background music. I hate sitting in silence, so I always just kind of have something on. So I hammer right through podcasts, so I'm always looking for more. So my recommendation will not surprise you if you know me or have listened ever
Is it about crime?
To our podcast. It is a crime podcast.
Oh my goodness, Bridget.
Everyone knows Crime Junkie, I imagine. If you're a crime person, you know Crime Junkie. So obviously I hammered through all those episodes, and now I'm up to real time. So I'll listen to the one episode a week, but I'm saying I probably listen to, 10, that's a bit excessive, maybe 7 podcast episodes a day, because it's just, like I said, kind of background for me. So I'm currently listening to one called Morbid, and they all, I found that a lot of these, crime podcasts are using each other as resources, and they talk about some of the same murders and, some of the major cases, obviously you can't ignore. So Morbid was recommending some other podcasts that are about crime, and then I always go and like those podcasts and, put them in my library so I can go back to them. So what Morbid started in 2018. It was 2 girls, 2 ladies. One of them at the time she's 22, the other is 32 at the time, I believe, something like that. One in their 20s, one in their 30s. And the one in their 30s is a autopsy. She's an autopsy tech. Is that what it's called? So she does autopsies. So she has a fascinating take on things.
Dead people checker outer?
What?
A dead people checker outer?
She cuts up dead people. So I will be completely honest. The first couple episodes takes a moment. You're like, oh, probably like this one. You were like, I don't know. Do I like these people or are they annoying? But I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did. They've upgraded, they recently, I'm to the point in their podcast, I think I'm on episode 24 or something, and they've added a Patreon now, and people are donating to it. And so they were able to upgrade their audio equipment, and you can, being someone who podcasts, you can see a huge change from their first episode to their 24th as they were able to upgrade their equipment and get better at editing and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great crime podcast. It's a really good kind of background one. They just go in depth of all these crazy, I'm listening to one from the 1920s right now. So it's probably ones you've never heard of. They do them all over the world. It's another fun one to kind of just, if you're weird and want to know all about how people are dying, Morbid Podcast is a good one. So check them out.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Is that going to add to your list right there?
It's not going to be added to my list. I listen to podcasts for fun, not for scaring the crap out of me.
You know, it's funny. I've seen I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know if it was COVID, if it's a COVID joke, or if it's just like women my age, but like there are tons of memes and things out there that are like, women in their 30s sit down to relax by listening to a crime podcast or a murder show. And like, I know Sarah does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
do
like
it. Why?
When men hit 35, you have to get either really into barbecue or World War II history. You know, we made that joke.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why. It all scares me. Like, I get terrified. I don't like blood and guts. I don't know, but I love me a good crime podcast.
You know what else you love you?
What?
Some good honey chipotle pork kebabs.
Some kebabs. That was a weird transition, Nick.
I don't know. I was just trying it out.
In this latest podcast, they were just talking about a body that they sauteed up and made into a meal, actually. So that's
Was it
disgusting.
about Hannibal Lecter?
It was not. It was this, like, literally from the 20s. Okay, that was a gross transition. You're welcome.
It'd pair well with a nice Chianti.
Be great on a kebab. Okay, sorry I did that to you guys.
Guys.
Ignore what I just said.
Guys, ignore that.
Because this honey chipotle pork kebab recipe actually sounds so good. We're on to the meal plan for the week. You know, we gave you a sneak peek that there's going to be some grilled cheese on it, okay? So we couldn't both pick those again because those look delicious. But I picked a kebab because at the time when I was doing the outline, it was beautiful and sunny, and I thought about grilling and was like, ooh, this would be delish. Elliot, shockingly, I brought home butterflied pork chops the other night to make, and he's requested them since every day. So we're going to try some kebabs if it is not raining.
Love it.
I have no idea. I suppose I could do them not on a grill, but I don't really want to. I like kebabs because you can use, I know there's certain things in the recipe you should be using, but like you can throw whatever veggies you have on a kebab stick. I'm sure, does it change the recipe, Nick?
No,
He's shaking his head at
you
me.
literally, earlier in this episode, said, I want to follow the recipe directly.
Okay,
that's why I have all these weird flowers. And you're like, I like kebabs because you can just free flow it.
Okay.
I'm going to improv this.
I don't know how to explain the
Just call me
here.
Bridget Coltrane.
You're right. I would love to follow this directly, but like if my yellow pepper isn't good, I will put a red pepper on it, okay? I'm going to get real crazy and put a red pepper instead of a yellow.
That's extraordinarily crazy, Bridget.
Okay, that was bad of me, but sorry about it. So the sauce sounds good on here, really? I'm here for the sauce, okay? A little sweet, a little savory.
A little spicy.
A little spicy. So
if you were a rapper, would you go by a little spicy?
Little
spicy
little
B?
sweet and spicy, so I could be like S&S. I have no idea why I got a weird accent there. But I love best that you can drink this with a blonde ale. Nothing says summer to me like a blonde ale and grilled pork. Anyway, this is getting weird. Eat a kebab. It's got a delicious sauce. You could follow the recipe and put whatever veggies on that you like and get real crazy. Send us a picture if you put on weird veggies.
You're real crazy.
Real crazy.
Mine is something you should follow the recipe. It is a smoked chimichurri tri-tip steak. You guys know I love Argentinian things. I love tri-tip. I think I'm on record as saying this is my death row meal.
Chimichurri.
All of it. It's just so good. I'm going to leave it there.
The end.
Get this recipe in your life. It is delicious. It'll feed a crowd. It's fun to cook. This is actually a good kid one because it's a lot of like dump the sauce stuff in a blender and hit the blender. Kids are great at that.
Blenders are so loud.
Yeah, it's a fun noise if you're
Isn't
a kid.
that a weird thing? It really bothers me. I'm like, why can't we make a quieter blender? I make smoothies and I have to like plug my ears. Like crunching up ice and frozen fruit is okay. Anyway, it's getting weird.
Next week's product recommendations, the quietest blenders.
I'm telling you, it is. I don't know if your ears get more sensitive when you get older or something, but I legit plug my ears. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Just me then?
This episode's falling apart a little bit here, but it's going to be saved because it's time for Kid Corner.
I don't think that saves the episode.
I don't know either, but go ahead and give it your best shot. It's about rat poop.
I could go on and on and on and talk about all the weird Easter things, but we were still finding Easter eggs the day after. There's still one in the yard that I saw that I'm just going to wait and see how long it takes the kids to find. But anyway, I must have been Monday. I don't know, something around Easter, Monday or Tuesday. And I had my hands full of shit because I don't want to take too many trips to the car. And I have like 900 things, which included the end of a bag of jelly beans that like I had
Were they
used.
Sour Patch Kids?
No,
jelly
man,
beans?
they were Starburst jelly beans. Actually, they were jelly beans with little mini Starburst, like unwrapped Starburst. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't, but it sounds
They
good.
sell like a combo bag. So it's Starburst jelly beans and like mini unwrapped Starburst.
That sounds great.
So the Easter Bunny put those in the eggs this year, and the Easter Bunny left the open bag at home. So there was just like a little bit left, and I wanted it on my car ride to Country Meats all 10 minutes or something. So I just like
Need a little sugar, a little boost.
yeah, man. Need
Everybody
my sugar
does.
boost. So I had that, whatever. Clearly, I dumped the whole bag of jelly beans all over my driveway, which was really sad. And it was like one of those days where you're like, of course that would happen. So I just left them all there because I was like, F this day. Left them all there. Lucy, no, everyone comes home, whatever. Next morning, like Tyler's walking the kids out. They're getting in the car. And I see Lucy. Tyler was like buckling Elliot in. And I see Lucy pick stuff up off the driveway. And I'm like, Tyler, she's eating jelly beans off the driveway. And like, it's been a day. So now I'm sure I've run them over with my car, stepped on them. Animals have shit on them. I don't know.
Misted and dewed on them.
So anyway, if you spill jelly beans all over your driveway, PSA, sweep them up. Also, like, then the ants won't get them. Now it's raining. They're probably like, I don't even know where they are anymore.
You're going to have a multicolored driveway now.
I know, you guys. So really that was more embarrassing about me, but my child tried to eat them. So that was fun.
I was going to talk about Simona picking up eggs. That's not that interesting. Instead, I actually am going to share what I just learned, a parent pro tip from our friend Beth at the bottle shop in Lake Geneva. So, children get scared of monsters under bed. This happens. It's a natural thing. It's not like you're a, scaredy cat, Elliot. It's okay.
Everybody does it, man.
But this pro parent tip that I am now going to have ready to rock and roll when Simona gets scared of monsters on the bed, get a squirt bottle, fill it with water, maybe some essential oils or something that smells good.
Get crazy.
Make sure you have it on the misting, not the squirt, 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 squirt. And say, well, when you think there's a monster there, this is monster spray. Or you could do it as a prophylactic monster spray, which means preventative. I like using prophylactic in that way because it makes people uncomfortable.
It does,
You could use it as a prophylactic spray and spritz under the bed as part of the bedtime ritual. And that way everybody knows there's no monsters.
Yeah, that was a really good tip. I don't know. We don't generally lean into, we're like, okay, there's monsters. Let's like quickly ignore this and hope it goes away. But it has not been going away in our household. So that was a great tip. I'm going to give it a try.
And, at Lake Geneva Country Meats, we have Fancy Pants Industrial label printing machines, so we can make this thing look super legit.
That is genius. Guys, we're going to go do that. Really important
because
work.
you are a friend of the pod by listening. If you email the pod, we can print a special label for your prophylactic monster spray.
Yeah, we need to come up with a great name for it. We'll work on that.
Monster out.
Monster gone. Monster be gone.
Oh, I like it. And we can put like the ingredients on it, like use some big fancy words. Because Elliot's very good at reading.
He is. I can't tell if he's just like.
We were playing Minecraft
things.
and he was reading the damn words on the screen. I'm like, oh, it's kind of scary that you know all that.
I know. It's really hard to like not, I don't know, say things or let him. Yeah, like as he's starting to be able to read, I'm like, crap.
He knew all the words. So, I mean, either he plays too much Minecraft or is very good at reading. Either
just
one.
Has it memorized, let's be honest.
He did a good job with that. So, yeah, monster spray. That's what I got.
That's what we got for you this week. Wow, if you made it to this point this week, we're really proud of you.
And because you're a loyal listener, we have a bonus episode we're going to record after this for you. I'm very excited for it.
This is a surprise to me. Oh, JK, no, it's not.
It's in this box. We're going to unbox it. If you're a loyal listener, a longtime listener, you're going to understand this. And this is going to be quite the payoff for your year of listening. Quite the payoff. I think you're going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. And,
we're very excited about this.
This is DHL Express Worldwide from
Can't say it.
Osaka Shizumune, Japan.
Why'd you say it?
Well, I didn't say exactly what it is.
That's your only hint, loyal listeners.
So we're going to record this. We'll have it out next week in the middle of the week. It'll be a shorty little bonus. We hope you listen.
Please do. And even if you're not a loyal listener, you should listen and it will be really weird like this month, like this week's episode.
We hope you enjoy. If you like the podcast, share with your friends. It's going to be a great year. We have more plans. We've been hinting at them. They're going to come soon. And we just really appreciate you guys listening. So follow us, all the things. Tell your friends.
Leave us a note. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at Dinner Plus Drinks Podcast.
I was actually listening to another one. I think I've recommended the Buzzsprout, which is our host. They talk about stuff. And, every podcast has a struggle about how can we get more people. It's usually a slow hill to climb. And you're just talking to a microphone, so it sometimes feels like you're talking to yourself. And their point was always podcasts grow by word of mouth. And having someone write in and give that feedback is what always keeps us going. We love hearing from listeners. And having you tell a friend, hey, I listened to Bridget and Nick and the Dinner Plus Drinks podcast, and it just really makes my Monday or makes my Tuesday. You know, sometimes you're making cheese on Tuesday, and it's just what you need to get through. So listen, share with your friends. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.